Welcome to another episode of the Strange Motion Way podcast. I'm your host, Tim Strange, and my co host,
Carrie Strange.
there is Axel. Unfortunately, you can see, if you didn't watch last week's episode, this is pretty rough. This is our first one without our turbo. We have lost our turbo, our best friend, so it's been really, really bad around here. So, he's sitting at the place that he was in the last podcast that we recorded, and we did Robert McGaffin, so we'll never forget our best friend. So we had another one that we were planning on doing here for this week. We tried to record at Salina, Kansas for the Lead Sled Spectacular for...
we actually did.
Well, we did record, but our microphone didn't work. It worked great the one day when we put our 54 Chevy in the museum, and that video we put up, and it all worked. But over the next few days couple days at the show, we got Lou Calabesta, we got Harness, Butch Harness, Bob Frizz, Merle Berg, a lot of legends, and we have no sound. So, and then we tried to record. We did again record the Hall of Fame banquet that night, and no sound again. So we've been struggling with sound. Yeah, everybody tells us what to do, but unfortunately, we don't have thousands of dollars to spend on sound equipment like I guess some other podcasts do. So we're pretty low budget here. And so we're going to do an event recap here for this week. We got a really cool guest we're recording later this week. We've been trying to get this guy for a while. So it's going to be awesome. I think we're doing him Thursday. We'll be up next week. So what do we got here? Events that we have been to. We have done the recap of Salina and putting the car in the museum, right? We did all that?
No, so we didn't. We haven't done a Salina recap.
Louisville.
And we haven't done a Louisville recap.
And Tri-5.
Tri-5 and Roadkill Nights.
Okay, so we'll go.
And then we'll do a little pre-work on some of the events that we have coming up in September.
So we'll go back. We went to Salina, Kansas. We took our 54 with us to Salina, Kansas to the KKOA Lead Sled Spectacular. And we put it in the Garage Museum in Salina, Kansas for about hopefully 7 or 8 months. It's usually like a 6-month deal. Well, I don't want to leave it there for a full year. I'd like to.
I don't want to go to Salina in the winter, though.
Yeah, 6 months is like January, and they're like, "Oh, we'll work with you," but they like to rotate the Custom Kemps of America display pretty regular. So we have our purple 54. We call it Evolution. That is down there. We've owned forever. That was our first car we ever built as a Pro Street car before we were married. But 30,000 miles on it, drove away from the church in it, all that. Redid it again in the early 2000s, and it's in the museum.
Yeah.
She's looking a little, needs some paint love, but
she looks good.
The lighting is very flattering
in there.
It looks very good in there. It looks cool. That museum is really cool. They do a great job, the local community. So we put it in there. They've been wanting it for a while. So I was like, I still don't have it running. I haven't had time. And they're like, it just has to be skated in. So we took it down, got it out of the shop for a while. So it's an honor to have it down there. Garage Museum in Salina, Kansas. You're passing through. I highly recommend you stop there.
It's
great
super
staff.
Cool.
Yeah,
there's a lot of really good stuff in there. A lot of things to do. A lot of things for kids to do.
Yeah,
definitely worth the stop.
So you have to look at our YouTube video that we put on the Strange Motion Way.
When the sound was working.
Yeah, I know a lot of you guys, majority of our people watch on Spotify, but we did put up a YouTube video of us and a tour of the museum. So then that night is awesome. The first night, Thursday, it's actually a 4-day show. Thursday's kind of a warm-up day and setup. The Garage Museum does a VIP party.
So the one thing I did get, so I got everything on Thursday. So Thursday night, they have this amazing car parade down.
That's what I was just
I know, but I'm going to say, the funny thing is, I was out on the balcony, and I recorded the entire car parade. You were inside the suite with the garage, and I got all the sound of Tim having a conversation with everybody he was talking about. The sound was working then.
I talked to people, then I kind of sat for a good majority with Ryan Timmons, which was up for the Hall of Fame, and you were out there. And his wife, she does a lot of TikTok, so she was live feeding on TikTok. We need to figure that out, because she says, I made this was at Louisville. She did a live feed for something, and she goes, "I made $13." I don't understand. We need to figure that out because this isn't paying anything.
No.
But they do a really cool tour parade. Car people line up and go through the town. Just knock you down.
Hello, buddy. I'll put you up here.
And so that's pretty cool. They have people talking about the parade. You're struggling back there. And it's really cool. That's one thing that the only other place that does it now, they did it last year, did a parade, was a battle in Bama. So the parade wouldn't work in some of these towns, these big metropolises. I can't even imagine trying to do that in like Columbus or something like that.
I want to do it.
But it's really cool because not only do the city people come out to that, it's a good way to get that next generation that maybe can't afford tickets to go to the show, but they get to see a big majority of the cars cruise through town. So,
well, and it's kind of a little glimpse of what's to come. So it's not like all the stuff that's there.
Right.
So it's a nice little glimpse to be like, hey, this is what we brought to your city. Come out and check it out.
They always have a grand marshal. This year was Gary Glasgow. If you remember him, he was Night Prowler's parts for years. Great to see Gary. Another one we interviewed really quick that we didn't get the sound on. So then the show starts out. It's really good. There's a lot of customs, a lot of lead sleds. There was a few debut cars there. I put some pictures on my Instagram page, Rod Builder, and some great customs, great sleds. They moved the nights around because of the Elvis impersonator that had to have Friday night. Usually the Hall of Fame night, where all past Hall of Fame people that are there get to do a pick. Some people get a plaque. Some people make a trophy. I made a really cool trophy. Come on, buddy.
He wants to be part.
He does.
He's lonely.
Like a Bonneville, kind of modeled it after this thing right here, but kind of did an interpretation of it and made a big base and made it a little bigger than it probably should have been. Probably I'm going to make it a little smaller next year, but I really enjoy building hand-built trophies. So if you need any trophies built for your event, I can't build 100 of them, but if you need like a specialty award, I could do a few for some big events. I really enjoy doing that. It's really creative.
I could use one for an event we have coming up.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
But I need a little time to get them done.
Oh.
So we had till Saturday night to pick all those. So I kind of slacked a little bit and trying not to give extra love, which there's kind of an unspoken rule. Don't pick a car that's already been picked for the Hall of Fame, but none of us customizers follow the rules. So one car got 4 picks that night.
But on Friday night, we didn't talk about Friday night. Oh. So if Friday night they have, you go out to the edge of town and they have the arm drop drags, which is supposed to be like run what you brung type thing to the car show, but it's kind of developed into like a drag race.
Yeah, there was some 8-9 second cars out there.
Drag race, but that's all part of the show. You have to be entered in the show in order to be able to drag race.
It's really cool. We go out. It was really hot, like hot. So we were out there about an hour, and then we did not go to the Elvis thing. But then Friday night, also the town. There's a hot rod shop down on the other end, a motorcycle shop. They always get like this really cool metal band, cover band. Big guy singing in spandex, but he kills it. He's awesome. Really they are so good. They put on such a great show. I'm sorry I don't remember their name. But it's the last few years have been the same band. It's really great. And the town, I'd say a few thousand people come out to watch this downtown. It's really cool. Another thing that Salina Lead Sled Spectacular does not, it's like nothing, no other event. It's really awesome. So then Saturday night, we did the Hall of Fame things. There was, I don't know, 12, 13 Hall of Famers there that gave picks. Then we inducted 2 new people. Mark Wojcik is how I'm going to say his name, because on everything, unfortunately, it was spelled different everywhere that I read it, the nominations and on his plaque. But unfortunately, he was not there. From the East Coast, very well deserving. Thought he should have been. He's been nominated for the last handful of years. And Everett Reynolds got in. You know him. He builds a lot of the recreation clone cars of the Starbird stuff. And he's got a couple cars that he always chops a car, which he was chopping this weekend at the show. He always chops a car live. There was a Cadillac they chopped a few years ago that was done there and painted. He's got a really good eye for cuts and sectioning. And then Dick Dean, also one of our previous guests here a few episodes ago, was also chopping a vehicle live there. So I picked a really cool. It's been on the circuit. It's been at SEMA. It's been. It didn't win. It was a finalist for Customer of the Year for Good Guys. The Pot of Gold Customs car coming out of Colorado, a tan 51 Merc. Beautiful chop, air ride, wide wire wheels. Like I say, tan paint. I think it's got a small block in it, and DeSoto grill. Great car. So I was very happy with my pick. You're gonna try to show the car. Yeah, and there's the trophy sitting there beside it. So yeah, it's pretty good sized trophy. And so yeah, that was pretty good. Then Sunday we kind of went got our trailer and headed home.
Yep.
We're going to talk about this other event later, but then we'll jump back to what we brought home when we had an empty spot in the trailer. Yeah,
we detoured on the way home.
Yeah, but we did on the way home. We stopped and seen Jeff Bro's collection in Wichita. You might know his name. He's won America's Most Beautiful Roadster with a Chevy Roadster a few years ago. Beautiful car. The rest of his cars are mostly restoration and older cars. So really neat collection. Super good guy. So we appreciate the tour. I always love to see private collections. So then we come home. Street Rod Nationals was the next weekend. That was when we got home and realized that Turbo was not feeling good. And took him to the vet, drained his lungs a little. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Tried to spend a lot of money to try to save him, and he just didn't make it through. I slept on the floor next to him the night before I leave, and I unfortunately had to leave to go to Louisville to work an event, and he passed the day after I left. So I feel bad for Carrie that I was not here, but work is work, and when you're contracted to be someplace, you kind of have to be there. Unfortunately, that's the shitty part of being a grown-up. So I went to the Street Rod Nationals. We got there midday on Thursday. Great, awesome show. I got to work with the film crew. They do a lot of Facebook Live and then some videos that they chop up and put on Facebook. They don't have Instagram that they put that on, so I don't get to see any of the videos. I still don't have Facebook.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, and then they do a DVD that will ship usually around until Christmas. I bought last year's DVD. I think I need to back up all the last few years before that. So they sell a lot of these DVDs of the coverage. So I work with camera guy and Mark from Memphis. They're just video crew guys. They're not really car guys, but they're great to work with. And then I get to walk around, do interviews. Mark does stuff. Sometimes we split with two cameras, and we got a lot of stuff, a lot of coverage, a lot of media stuff that we did. Interviews in the pros picks. One of my favorites, the 29 Below, the Vintage Air section.
That was huge.
It was huge, biggest it's ever been, and actually, it's great to see. But then there's a bad thing to see. The pros picks was not a very big turnout out there. There was probably 35 cars, and there was probably over 100 in the 29 and below, if not right at 100.
Yeah, but it's getting weird though at the Street Rod Nationals because they do the builders area, so they invite a bunch of people.
40
and
cars in the lobby, the grand lobby, and then there's a lot of cars in vendor booths too. There's probably another 80 cars in vendor booths. Then they had 3 parking areas, like a gasser display and stuff, and then so you never know what the weather's going to be like. So whenever we take a car, we put them in buildings.
Yeah, it's kind of an honor when they emailed you and or pick you to be in the building. Yeah. So a lot of people want to go in the building besides this cooler in there. Yeah. But then you don't have to fight the 7,000, 8,000 cars to get in and out every day. So
just well, no, it was 8,900, just shy of 9,000 cars this year was the official, like 8930 some or 8960 some. So great turnout. Swap meet was great.
They have autocross there.
They had over 100 cars in the autocross. Yeah. Unfortunately,
we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, there was an accident that everybody was okay, but something weird happened with the steering and race cars. So that's why me and Carrie get really freaked out about safety at these races, because
things happen.
Things happen. Even if somebody that has been driving for 30 years, some crazy little thing can happen.
Yep.
We see them at drag strips and everything like that. So, yeah, I got home, filmed the winner's circle, the circle of winners or whatever they do in the building, and hung out with my buddy DW and his daughters from Canada. Shared a house with them.
How did you understand them? Like, were they speaking Canadian the whole
Oh,
time?
it's funny. DW pretend he was talking French Canadian to me, like, yeah. So I didn't go karting this year. I wasn't in a mood after losing my best friend. So yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of fun this weekend, but I did my work that I was supposed to do. So then I come home. What was next?
So you came home, and I took off on
just a couple days later,
Tuesday morning, to go to Pontiac, Michigan for the 10th anniversary of Roadkill Nights. Which, I even have my badge sitting right here, and Mike Morrison and I got junior deputy badges from Lieutenant Law now. So Tuesday, come in to Pontiac, had a little side trip that we did when we flew in, and again we'll talk about that as the next event coming up. So we detoured once we got into town, and then once we got over there, this event is crazy. So we moved back and forth between M1 Concourse and downtown Pontiac. This year we were back down in downtown Pontiac.
Actually racing on Woodward Avenue. The famous history of street racing on Woodward Avenue. There's tons of stories about OEM Big Three executives taking muscle cars and stuff down and street racing to see if the motor package and transmission is working and going to be awesome for people. So there's a lot of great history there in Detroit on Woodward Avenue.
Yep. So we set up in a lot, basically. So we have to bring in all of the fence to build the perimeter of the event, and what are those things? Bleachers and all the food and all the bathrooms and all the trash cans. And I just have to say, Tim and I ordered trash cans. And we had this dilemma back and forth on the trash cans, because when we went to this said website, it said so much money for a bundle of 10. Okay? And the amount of money that it was for a bundle of 10 made you think that it was 10 of them. Because it was
still affordable for 10, but this company is known for selling products that a lot of people buy from. It wasn't on Amazon.
In bulk. And the price, there is no way in God's green earth, in my right mind, would I have ordered these knowing that the price was 1. However,
because you needed like 100 of them.
Yes.
And I'm laughing at her like she is losing her mind. But show me. And it was like, it said 10.
Yes, a bundle. So I ordered 10, thinking I was getting 100. So the day, thankfully, I ordered them so they came in early. On Wednesday, when they came in,
you only got 10.
We only got 10
instead of 10 packages of 10.
Yes, I called the company. I explained to them.
Cardboard trash cans from this place is $15
a piece. Well, Lowe's, Menards, they're $5 a piece. So anyway, that was a huge. So I had to reorder and have them shipped out. Thank God they showed up on Friday. But anyway, so this was the first year. Normally we have 24 hours. This was the first year.
Just the logistics. I helped that one time, like 10 years ago.
Pontiac.
And just the logistics of the trucking, the K-wall, and the fencing to get it in and out in the amount of time that you have the permit for the road, that is mind-blowing just in itself, let alone the bleachers and all that stuff.
So this year we had more time. They did a media day on Friday. So we actually shut down the road on Friday morning, when we normally don't shut it down until Friday night. So they did a complete media day out on Woodward Avenue.
Was the media day with because I know Tony Stewart was there,
no,
Matt Hagan, Leah Pruitt.
They weren't there until Saturday. Media day was literally the Dodge executives, people from Stellantis, and
because they had the new, what do they call that? Do you still call that a Charger? It's not a Charger. It's their new 2-door that was going to be all electric, but now they have a turbo 6-cylinder motor in it. I don't know if it's a V or an inline. I think it's an inline.
You would think I would know all the stuff that we just did.
But they're a good-looking car, but I'm glad they're putting some gasoline in them instead of all electrics. They've kind of backpedaled a little bit.
I was busy getting trash cans and that kind of stuff and working on credentials and that kind of thing. I seen the very beginning of the media day, and that's pretty much all I seen. So So yeah, it's an absolute crazy event. Betsy and Mike on our team were phenomenal and worked themselves to death.
Which is kind of weird that they're still doing roadkill because there is no roadkill TV anymore.
But the guys were there. So they just they did
All
have
of them
Freiberger and Finnegan and
Cotton and Newburn.
Newburn. It was on some of their social media posts that they had. It was like, hey, we never got a decent send off or farewell, so come out and visit us. I did kind of joke with Freiberger at the end of the event because we'd always complained in years past that they would like when the winners won on the drag strip, they were never there to give the awards. And this year, when they don't work for the company, they were the ones that presented the awards. So I thought it was funny. It made me giggle.
Because people want to see those guys. There's days of them.
So we do tech on Friday night. We had 106 cars. We ended up, I think, with 96 that actually showed up and came through tech. This year, we didn't have any vehicles that didn't pass tech.
Oh, wow.
So we had a couple that had to bring new helmets the next day, but they all passed tech. Of course, they're drag racers, so they want to argue the rules a little bit, but we got all of them past tech. And
what, racers argue? No.
I know, right? And then Saturday morning is when all the cars come in. They do a cruise in, and they bring in all those cars, shut down the streets of downtown Pontiac, and it turns into a big car show festival. The thrill rides are there, so driving experience is there, doing the Dodge thrill rides and giving people rides, and there's like 3 or 4 different places for people to do that. Lots of vendors, and then there was the drag racing on Woodward Avenue, so right around 100 people, and they did have some influencers. They were grudge racing, so they got to race on Woodward Avenue and have a phenomenal day. The weather was beautiful.
See, Leah Pruitt did a burnout.
Yeah, Leah did a burnout, and then Matt Hagan, which he might have hit the wall last year, so he did good this year and didn't do that. But yeah, it was a phenomenal day. I got 27,900 steps in on Saturday.
How many?
27,900 steps on Saturday.
You just running a place non-stop all day, or what?
I think so. So I was
restless leg syndrome.
I was the fun police, as I like to call it, and I had to kind of monitor the drag strip area to make sure that everybody was waivered and there wasn't people standing where they weren't supposed to. Because, unbeknownst to a lot of people, I get to do this all the time when I go to the drag strip. I get that when you're at a drag strip, we have shut down a major road and are running a street legal drag race on this road. So rules are a little different, and we're only allowed so many people out there. And, MDOT literally is sitting right there watching everything we do. So everybody has to be waivered. There's a lot of different people on the lines for these type of events when you do something completely out of the box. So I'm not necessarily running the drag race, but I'm helping. Matt and Raleigh were our 2 tech directors, or not tech directors, our 2 race directors this year. So we had a great event. Everything turned out really well. So it was a really good event. So make sure you go to YouTube and check it out on Motor Trend's YouTube channel. It was live streamed there. Kenny Wayne Shepherd was there, and he played the national anthem.
I've seen that,
and it was phenomenal.
Kenny Wayne Shepherd's amazing.
I've
never seen him live. I mean, I've seen him do stuff like that at events.
Yeah,
he's a legit car guy, big Mopar guy.
Yep, super cool dude.
We've never seen him live.
Yep, super cool. So it was great. Really good event. And again, it was a 1-day event, so we get done on a Saturday night. Get everything wrapped up, go back, and our team literally just flew out. The last person flew out today. But then I did an adventure home. So
we're going to come back.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. You talk about
so
why I was there.
And I go up Thursday morning to the Tri-5 Nationals. It's one of my favorite events. I'd say Let's Lead Show Customs is my favorite that I get to go to and work at, and Tri-5s is a strong second. I grew up with Tri-5 Chevys. My first car was 55. My dad still got Tri-5s. We went to her proms in my dad's 56 Nomad, and it's up in Bowling Green, so it's close to get there. What are you doing?
Go ahead. Keep talking.
and it's awesome. I love it. Thursday, everything kind of gets going.
So I found this picture the other day as you're
starts
speaking of
rolling
that.
in.
Those are our prom pictures.
You had a lot of hair back then, Carrie.
I did. So did you.
Yeah. Thanks. And you've got yours on choice. I have not lost mine on choice.
Anyway.
Lost my train of thought.
So
Thursday gets going. They invite all past top 25 winners to park in the show field area. And then they pick 3, I forget even what they call that. Anyway, 3 that come back the following year and get inducted in the Tri-5 National Tri-5 Association Hall of Fame during the Saturday night deal. And then they do a drag race. This was new this year. There was a big bonus by Mosier if you race all weekend for $2,500 if you win your normal class on Saturday. But you had to run the charity event. You didn't have to win it, but you had to run the charity event. The charity, all Thursday night, everything that you have to enter the drag race, they split the money. Half of it goes to the purse for winner and runner-up. The other half goes to American Struggle in the Night. The local Humane Society, the local, goes right to the charity. We do a separate 50-50, which, let's talk about 50-50. So the Cruising for a Cure guys, Kevin Kirby, they sell tickets and give 50-50 Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, they gave $7,500 was the split to the winner. Thursday. We do another 50-50 just for the Humane Society. The winner got almost $700 that night, so then the money, other half, goes to the Humane Society. Jeff Lutz is there as a featured person. The Shake, Rattle, and Run, the Messinos out of Chicago were there. Clay Milliken was there. And they all gave swag and signed engine parts and everything for the charity auction. So I got something. I haven't taken this to the shop yet. So the Messinas Shake, Rattle, and Run card was super famous. It was like my 3 drag race heroes was Don Perdome, growing up, obviously. But local was the Messinos, because I'd see him at Cordova running 57 Chevy that they bought brand new, and it was race cars whole life. And, of course, Arnie the Farmer Beswick and his Pontiac. So they donated this to the charity auction, and it's signed and written on what it is. It's the first ever nitrous bottle they bought in the 80s to run that car on nitrous. And then they've used it, and it's still got nitrous in it. They didn't use it in the car for years, and they use it to cool something or put something. I didn't get that story, but that was their first ever nitrous bottle. So I'm like, first I bid on, they had a couple die-cast cars from them that I've never seen, the Shake, Rattle, and Run. And I was like, I'm trying to buy parts for my OBS. I spent a lot of money trying to save turbo. So I was like, I don't really have a lot of money. So I bid on the die-cast. Somebody got it. I'm like, okay, well, they got another one. So they did this bottle. And I start bidding on this bottle. I really thought the bottle would go for like $1,000. I really did. Well, it ended up being me and Jeff Lutz bidding on it. He's bidding on it, make sure stuff sells well. I mean, he's an animal. He's got his dog Max with him, and he's just really good. He just loves it.
He's an animal, or he's an animal?
He's an animal lover.
Okay.
So he's up for the Humane Society and gives stuff. So
Gotcha.
He's great with the fans there. Jeff's an awesome guy and great. If you need a feature guy to come in, I highly recommend Lutz and Clay Milliken to come. They're great with their fans. So I stopped bidding at a certain amount, not big money. It didn't get close to $1,000. Well, Jeff Lutz wins. It was just me and him. He wins the bid, and he looks at me. He goes, "If you want that, you can have it." And I thought he was joking with me. Well, we go on and do the auctions and stuff like that, and then half hour later, doing all this auction stuff, one of his crew guys takes it, puts it in their push cart. So I told Jeff Lutz, I said, "Hey, I didn't steal that. They put that in the car." He goes, "No, I'm serious, man." He come over to me. He goes, "If you want it, you can have it." He said, "It's cool. He's working with you. I can tell that means a lot to you." I go, "It does mean a lot." I said, "They're race heroes to me." So he ends up giving it to me. I take a little more cash and gave to the charity. So we both bought it, and I end up with it. So that's a pretty, Carrie said it's a nitrous bottle, but then I had Jeff Lutz sign it. All the crew to generations, grandkids of the Messinos signed it, their crew guys. So that's a pretty special piece in my collection of memorabilia. It
So
really,
he calls me
really,
on
it really
Thursday
is.
night to tell me about it. And he's this.
But Jeff Lutz knew it meant a lot more than him.
Yes.
So that I was like, I just texted her. I said, Jeff Lutz is awesome, period. That's what I said. So it was really cool that he did that.
Yep.
And I thanked him again many times for the weekend. But so we raised, with all the stuff that night, almost $10,000 for a local humane society. So
That's
it's great.
crazy.
So we had 47 cars in the charity. We raised till almost 10 o'clock that night. It was a great night. The weather was good. So then Friday is the bigger day of the show. Really starts getting more. Everybody comes in. There's more people there, which was already crowded. And biggest swap meet we've ever had at the Tri-5 Nationals by 20-some spots. Like, it was big. I'm not quite to my concept car, so I really wasn't looking for parts. But Boris was there from Street Machinery with a load of stuff, and all the usual people selling merch. And I didn't even buy a Hot Wheels this year, Carrie. I don't think I bought.
I bought a Hot Wheels.
I bought the metal signs for the event, but I bought something else small. But I didn't spend much money. But so to be eligible for the top 25, you have to pull in the show area. There's specialty awards that can come from anywhere, so you have to pull in there to do. Well, the car that won Thursday night came from Texas, brand new built, baby blue and white, drag car, badass, running 873 on a dial-in and hardly missed it and never had anything worse than an O2 light. Like the Pennington brothers from Texas, like badass. It's like, these aren't just like a nice, I mean, it was both. It was all the above, show car and drag car, and it was awesome. So they won the thing, and they were wanting to win all of it. So you had to enter that. You didn't have to win it. Then you had to go on and win your class, and then the bonus shootout was another $2,500, and the classes were $1,000 to win all that. So there was a little bit of money there. So we had almost 200 drag cars for the weekend. So they go into the top 25, and they're pulling that race car down too, because Friday is just test and tune. They're like, oh, we're going to put it in the show car area. So I am allegedly, didn't get beat up in the parking lot, one of the like 5 people that helped narrow down all those cars to 25. Resto's modern everything. The Riddler car was there. So we announced the 25 that night. We do a cool award ceremony where they get out, quick picture, get their trophy, and they get to cruise down the drag strip. It's really a neat thing. And then on Saturday, we start eliminations a little bit before noon. Unfortunately, that baby blue car went out round 1. He got the driver. He was, 28 years old, with the younger brother. He said, I think he was 82 years old. It took me out. So it's just racing, but it was so close. He didn't have the greatest light of his weekend, and the other guy did, was on his dial-in, because it's not a heads up. It's a dial-in. It's a bracket race. You say what your car's going to run, and he was dialed in. His time hit that he did that morning, he ran an 867 or something like that. Yeah, the car was quick. And so I was sending Carrie a couple pictures. You can't send texts at Bowling Green when it's full. And she was running an event because I wanted help picking to do the best hot rod pick for Strange Motion from there. I built a cool trophy with a quick change rear end, which anybody got any quick change rear end covers sitting around their shop? I need some because I'm out. I've built one of them for that event every year. And so I went through 10 of those quick changes that I bought years ago at David Copey's Tin Farm auction in Florida. So I'm finally out of quick change covers that I paid like $45 for the whole pile of them. But it makes a cool hot rod trophy with a quick change rear end cover, which I picked that baby blue 55 from Texas. So I did a little bit of research on them. These guys put on big money drag races, and they've won big money drag races. Really good bracket racers. They got a lot of good looking cars in their family. So then the top 25 go and park on Saturday, and all top 25s get a voting ballot. They have to vote for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't vote for themselves. If they vote for themselves, their ballot gets thrown away. If they don't write their entry number so you know who it is, that ballot gets thrown away. I learned that this year, how that works. So then we announce about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They go by and put these flags out. It's a whole, Billy and Chris like to be pretty dramatic and walk this way. Then they shoot over here. Then they go, everybody's just watching. And then they put the flags out. And
the flags are for?
Top 5.
Top 5. So it's kind of like how they do the grade 8 in Detroit.
Yeah, the big flutter
with the
flags with the weight
Okay.
things, and yeah, it's pretty cool. The Riddler car made it into 25. It did not make it into the 5. Some people can't understand that. I'm like, well, when you have 25 people voting, and some of these, not all, half of them, but some of them are restoration guys, they don't normally like an overly modified car. The last time a 57 won the Riddler, it made the 25 but didn't make the 5. And I didn't get to talk to the guy that owns the Riddler car this year after the fact. I don't know if he was bummed. I'm sure he was because he won the Riddler. He's an old BMX guy too, and used to ride for Standard, so pretty cool. And we had 2 trucks in the 5, the baby blue drag car show car thing. What's the other 5? Oh, a convertible 56. Oh, and the one that was kind of the first time I seen it was in the Speed Tech booth at Des Moines, 55 Chevy on a Speed Tech air ride chassis and LS, all painted trim and everything. Really cool. Really big variety of stuff too. Really. So a little bit of everything in the 5. So then we pull all the 5. Well, we do the specialty. We finish the drag races, finish the shootouts. Somebody won an extra $2,500 because they won their class. All class winners raced Thursday night, so there were 4 running for the final shootout that somebody was taking the money home. If somebody won that shootout that didn't race Thursday, that $2,500 was going to go to the Humane Society. So, but somebody was very happy to take home that extra $2,500. So that's when we do the special. There's some specialty awards, some stance awards. Coker does a pick. There's a gasser pick. This year there was a top truck award, and Art Morrison was in the house, got inducted in the Hall of Fame. That was a surprise. Bobby Alloway came. Bobby Alloway still ain't got a rig, so he didn't have a booth there this weekend. Bobby drove all the way over, and Art Morrison was there because they had an Art Morrison gathering, and there's an Art Morrison Design of Excellence Award.
Nice.
He didn't know he was getting in the Hall of Fame. It was a big surprise, and Bobby walked up and presented him with the thing while we were on the line. We pull up the 5 after that, and we interview the 5. It's kind of a stretch because we can't give the car away. They build a new, fresh Tri-5 Chevy every year and give it out, and it's advertised 6 o'clock. So we can't give it out. And we got ready, got all the awards done. It was 6:01 when we pulled the ticket. And so everybody's there because you got
to be present.
And the entry, there was just shy of 3,000 cars again of Tri-5. So it was the stands are filled at Bowling Green. But they're also giving the 50-50 out. I said the 50-50 for the charity for the Cruising for a Cure was $7,500 to the winner on Thursday. Saturday it was $12,000 to the winner.
It's crazy.
Saturday, let's say
you said Saturday, Friday.
Friday was $12,000, right at $12,000. The winner split for Saturday was $21,000. The winner took home. That was the winner split. It is crazy, but it goes to a good cause, so people buy it, and then people buy more tickets, and they have people run around on carts, and it's a good time. And then so they give a car away. They called a number. You put it on the clock, 5 minutes. Somebody come down. I don't know what it was. Say it was 2742. Well, he gets down there and he dyslexic it, and he was like 2724. Flipped the last 2 numbers. They got all excited, thought he was winning the car, and had to send him back. Then they had to redraw because the other person didn't show up. That they kept saying the number, and a guy from north of Nashville, Hendersonville, won the 55 hardtop. So pretty good time. A couple kids been hanging out, come up in the announcer's tower. There's one kid, he's 11 now, and he's been coming up for 5 years. His dad drag races, noise breaks day one. And then Alex Scarborough, he's been coming. This was the 10th year, but we didn't do one the year of COVID. So 11 years I've known these people. And Alex is now 21. He now shoots photography and shoots for the magazine, the Tri-5 magazine. So Alex is super cool. They've been to every single one. His parents are super nice. So yeah, it's cool to see. Well, he was 10 years old when I met him, and now he's 21 and shooting cars for the magazine and stuff. So it's really cool. It's really cool how Chris and Gabe and them also helped the younger generation coming on and giving him a shot. He's been shooting cars for the last 2 or 3 years now for the magazine, doing a really good job too. So yeah, it was a great event. Tri-5 of the Year, Finn Award after they do the top 5. is this big billet thing. It's a maroon cameo truck. Got that, very well deserved. I kind of thought that, oh man, that's stock body, great fit and finish, paint, beautiful interior, LS, just right for that crowd. Last year, a Pro Street car won it, which still blows my mind. I was kind of pulling for that car that it was my hot rod pick. But getting it in the 5, and it was cool because it had a full stereo. You didn't understand. Thought I was sent two different pictures because I had a full dash and door panels, but all carbon fiber and stereo in it. Was almost like it was an Optima street car because he pulled up to the winter circle on Thursday night with the radio blaring.
That's awesome.
And but yeah, very very cool car. And so yeah, it was great. And then I come home.
Nice.
So
that wraps up our.
So now we're going to go back and talk about all this other little stuff because of this other.
Well, we're going to talk about the next event coming up. Well, we've got a couple things. Actually, we have the Hall of Fame induction coming up next weekend
at the
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Museum of American Speed. People call it the Speedway Museum.
Yep. And
we're inducting six. We have 9 categories. We had 6 nominated and voted for this year. So we're just going to say we haven't posted this publicly. Some people have posted about it. Manufacturer division, 5th time we've ever put a manufacturer in, is Ken Callison. I did it Stern Columns. Builder of the year is Cody Walls, past guest on here. Cody's been building great stuff. Builders are Roger Berman and Alan Johnson. Painter is Mitch Lanzini. You know him because he not only a great guy from Southern California, was on overhaul, painted a lot of cars for Chip on overhauling. Where am I
Interior?
at? 5 there.
5.
Oh, interior. Sid Shavers, our first ever added a category for Never Did It Upholstery division, and very deserving. Sid Shavers is going to be the first Hall of Fame inductee in the Starbird National Rod and Custom Car Hall of Fame. Sid does not fly. Sid and a couple of his buddies are driving, and his wife are driving all the way out from, he lives in Southern California now, driving out. So it's pretty awesome. Cody Walls is bringing his car, putting it in the room for the Hall of Fame night.
Yep,
so there's a Cars and Coffee there. You still got time when this goes live.
August 23rd.
You got to buy a ticket for the dinner. So we know catering and seats. Got to have a ticket. Show up without a ticket, you can't get in. We've been posting about this online. There's a QR code. If not, email me or Carrie. We can help you figure that out.
Yep.
And we have room block at the Holiday Inn right close and discounts.
Which that was full. I've had to up that room block twice. So
we're hoping this will really turn into something that more people will come to. We're going to have 60 to 70 people this year, which isn't bad because this is the first time we're doing this in Lincoln. It looks like it'll always be at the Lincoln Museum. It just works there because they bought Daryl's Museum and moved everything up. We just learned, having a conference call with them about a couple weeks ago, that they bought a very expensive kiosk. Instead of hanging all the stuff on the wall, they're making it modern, like a modern museum, because they are, that you'll be able to scan. And I think they had a question in the email, too. There was a question if they got into that file that we sent them. So we've sent them all the past inductees, what years they got in and what categories they're in.
And they're going to build that out. It's an ongoing.
Yeah, and they can upload it all the time.
Start
so
putting a bunch of information in it, and it's going to be a really cool.
The new Indy Motors Museum in Indianapolis has that. Where you can go this big computer thing and you touch, and you can actually load more stuff and info and pictures on this digital kiosk to touchscreen computer than you could, because you don't have enough room on the walls to put all the stuff in these big museums. Like Daryl's Museum was just specialized, and every inductee had an 8-foot square section on the wall, which they were pretty much running out of wall space at that time at their museum. So yeah, the future looks good for the Hall of Fame up there in Lincoln, and working with the Lincoln crew is great. They understand it, they get it, and
I'm really looking forward to seeing the museum.
We're flying in a day and a half early to help set everything up, but also times to look at the museum.
Yeah.
So that will be great. Great crew of inductees for this year. So then after that, we go BMX racing. Carrie's going to race for the first time.
Yep.
You should probably go to practice tonight up in Nashville.
I know. I do need to do practice.
Yeah. I've seen they have practice tonight. But,
But I have been riding my bike around the driveway and been on my bike some. So.
I'm not going to race this year because I'm working with the Flow Bikes coverage again.
Yep.
And doing online coverage and video work. That's the coolest thing in the world to me, is get paid to do BMX announcing. I don't announce the races, because Grindle and all those guys are awesome at that. I get to do like finish line interviews with just the pros, the juniors. I don't know if they're doing U23 there, but the juniors, the pros, the elites, and the women elites and all that. So yeah, it's really cool.
It's fun, and we love going to Louisville. We love. They used to be the Grands.
Yeah,
So
we'll be camping out.
We do enjoy that. So yeah, it'll be a great weekend. We're really looking forward to that.
Our car people from Louisville want to come see us. Like Hunter's going to come hang out tonight.
Oh, thanks for the warning.
Yeah.
So
he's not staying with us because he lives close.
No, we have Lily with us.
Lily's staying with us?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Yep. So there'll be hot dogs.
There will be hot dogs.
Yep. And the next weekend we split up.
Yep. So that is So the next weekend,
I go to Triple Crown.
And I am at LS Fest East.
I get to work Triple Crown. They're capping it at 4,000 entries. I got 190 vendors. I got to work with Kevin Ostie again, do interviews on the main stage. You do LS Fest, which is these are events that people don't know. You're listening to this from other countries, which we get a lot of other country listeners or other parts. Bowling Green, Kentucky, Nashville Super Speedway is 2 hours away from each other. And both of these, if you throw out back to the 50s and Street Rod Nationals, these two events are some of the biggest.
Yeah, LS Fest is the biggest event that they have at Beach Bend.
Yeah, the Tri-Fives is their second biggest. Yeah.
So, so the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th is LS Fest. Registration is on Thursday the 4th. So we start that off. It's actually, we're moving our vendors on Wednesday this year and our sponsors. And then all day on Thursday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. will be racer move in and set up.
And Thursday night, you started this last year, your grand champion that has to autocross and drag and road. They run their drag race hits Thursday night,
Correct.
Right?
So there will be some drag racing on Thursday night, which will be our grand champions. And then the event goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Car show, all of the entries are packets, so we don't do a single day. So there's not a single day car show. It's a car show package, and it's
just Ford Fest at the end of it. You do a single day. Oh, you don't know.
So everything is a packet, and Grand Champion sold out months ago. Drag racing just sold out last weekend, so our drag racing is full. The only thing we have left is the No Time 10K. Drag racing, which people
don't understand. Why do you sell out drag racing? Because you have to be able to get the program done in a lot of time.
Yeah, there's only so many hours in a day. You can only put so many cars down the track in a day. So in order, to give everybody the amount of track time that they deserve, which still isn't a lot. I mean, it's not. You have to cap it. There is a limit to every facility. There is a limit to how many hours are in a day. So that is why there is a cap, is to make sure that people get runs and they get their time. And
like the Tri-Fives, we have a slightly older crowd that you do at LS Fest. There was times we had no cars in staging. They had to keep announcing. I mean, Smoking Joe, the local announcer, he came to help because I had to do show car stuff too. They're like, lanes are open. And it was really hot too, though. So, because there was times we didn't have a car down the track for half an hour and it was all open.
The only time we have that is when we have an oil down or something.
We were very lucky this year. We had one slight oil down on the top end. It took them like 20 minutes to fix during exhibitions. And then we thought Lutz had an issue, but it was his torque converter. Didn't have to clean up, had to rebuild his torque converter and pull his transmission. But yeah, we were really good this year on stuff at Tri-Fi. It was really good.
So another thing that they do on Thursday night, which I think is super cool, is they have a cruise of the drifters. And I think they're going to do the Donut Wars guys. Burnout Wars, sorry. They cruise from Beach Bend to downtown Bowling Green, and then they set up like in downtown Bowling Green like a little cruise in.
Cool.
And it's all the drift cars and the Burnout Wars cars.
So that sounds like trouble.
And Burnout, they don't.
Guys out in the town.
They get a police escort in, and it's a good way again to get the community to see what's actually going on there, because
the community in Bowling Green, they support these events because
Holly's there. Sometimes they get tired. I mean, it's racing every single weekend, and if you move into Bowling Green as like a student coming to this college and you don't understand it, it's a way to get them to understand.
Well, the one college, their baseball team's called the Hot Rods. How cool is that?
But yeah, so they do that on Thursday night, which is super cool. Nick started that a couple of years ago. It's worked out really, really well. And then we also at this event, it's so big, we race at NCM as well. So we've got 2 autocrosses going on, one at NCM, one at Beach Bend, and then they switch. And so we get to have twice as many. We also have a HPDE program that's going on at NCM as well. So if you've never road course raced before and you're interested in getting into it, we have a classroom program.
That's very
and an
important.
Instructor program. So you could go do that as well. And it's the cheapest that you will ever do any kind of road course racing during
The
LS
road
Fest.
course
So
is no joke. I
No.
mean, anywhere a road course is it's a little bit, I mean, autocross is a little slower speeds and tighter courses, but road course, you have to be smart out there. And I've seen a lot of people get scared, drive over their head, but then smart people like, I shouldn't be doing this. So
Right.
I really like that they're doing a class.
The key to LS Fest is, and I know this is going to surprise a lot of people, it has to be LS powered to enter the event.
You would think they would get that.
Sometimes it seems obvious.
We kicked out a Pontiac at
However,
Tri-Fives. We
yes.
kicked out a Fleetline Chevy.
And just for the people sitting in the back of the room, what does Tri-5 mean?
55, 6, 7 Chevy.
Okay.
I think
a lot of people don't know
everybody
that.
should know that.
You think they should, but a lot of people don't.
I have learned this.
Right?
And I think, maybe not 90, but 50% of the world that don't know cars, they kind of know what a 57 Chevy is. It's a very iconic car. The fins
So
and everything.
I was at...
You just
Go
interrupted
ahead.
me.
You interrupt me all the time.
But anyway, D.W. Horton, I was staying with him. He's always been a street rod guy. He still can't tell 55, 6, and 7s apart. He can kind of get 57s. He goes, those are late models.
So what I was going to say is when I was at Columbus this year, they had the Tri-5 display in the building. And I'm walking through the building and I'm looking at a car. I was looking at a 57. And there was this older gentleman and his grandkids. And there were 3 of them and they were 10, 11-ish in that area. And he's explaining to them the difference between and how you can tell. And I'm telling, like, this is an in-depth conversation and the kids are tuned in. This isn't, oh my God, Grandpa's talking again.
Yeah, you told me that. It was like they were really paying attention to it.
And they were like all like asking questions. And I'm like, I walked away and I'm walking down the aisle thinking, that was really cool. Like, I'm really glad I got to witness that. And then I come back the other aisle and they're walking and he's walking at me and they're still talking and explaining, the differences and Tri-5s. And so I interrupted him and I said, I'm really sorry to interrupt you. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I did hear your conversation you just had with your grandkids. And I have to say, like, that was the coolest conversation I've heard at this entire event. And he did bust my bubble a little bit because here I thought I'm talking to this average Joe, which he was, and he's like, hey, is Tim here? I'm like, dang it, somebody that we know. But yeah, but it was super cool. The kids were really engaged, and it was really neat hearing him explain the differences because a lot of people don't know and they can't tell the difference between them. But anyway,
sometimes we take for granted what we do know and what some other people.
So LS Fest is for LS Motors,
and it's close enough. If you're just a spectator, and there's people that do this, you can go to LS Fest on Friday. You can come down to Triple Crown or vice versa. You can do that because it's just 2 hours away. So there is a lot of spectators that go to both of them.
So it is undetermined yet. And this is the first that we're announcing this as well. But it is undetermined whether or not I'm going to be there this year at LS Fest.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It has been decided that there will be no Power Wheels downhill race this year on Friday night.
Really? You don't need to be doing it anyway.
We are. We have the Ultra 4 group coming in that's going to be running their event with us at LS Fest.
So you're protesting about no Power Wheels race.
Therefore, we are losing our hill. And I just recently found this out. So those of you that have already got your Power Wheels and those of you that have been outsourcing Power Wheels, not my idea. I have nothing to do with this. And I did not know this was happening until about a week ago.
And throw Tishner under the bus or anything for this?
Bill didn't. Bill's upset about it too. So
yes, he did it. He liked to do it sometimes.
And Bill loved it. And I told him, I said, I'm not sure if you remember me saying this or not, but the only reason that I put my life through hell to run registration.
But you couldn't do it last year because you were still
at LS Fest was for that race. Because we are all told when we're working these events, take some time, enjoy yourself, enjoy what you're doing because it is really cool. We could be doing a lot worse things.
This is the hardest event you do of
It
all
is
the events.
the
Harder than
hardest
Power Tour and
event.
everything.
It is.
LS Fest is the hardest.
Because we're running registration and we're running an event, not one event. We've got 6 events within each other that it all have to intermingle and all have to work together. And there's 6 different sets of rules, and there's 6 different, like, it's hard.
Colored wristbands and match
It's
stickers.
hard. So I've told him for years that the only reason I do this is for the Power Wheels race.
Shouldn't she be doing good registration packs right now?
Yeah,
When's Lily coming?
No, I don't have any help this year.
No, I'm busy.
So when I found out we weren't doing that, I sent an email to my upper management and said, I don't know what you guys are going to do for registration because I am not going to be there. Because I said the reason I work that event is to do that. And
you're going to be there
because
you're just being bratty.
Because I didn't get to race last year, I was the champion the year before. So I lost the championship, and now I'm not the remaining champion.
Won the year before, did you?
Yeah, I did.
I remember
that was that girl going down the track.
Oh, in the sumo outfit?
Yeah. So I'm very, very bitter, very, very upset about that.
Okay, we need to move on.
Okay. So then, the next weekend, now.
Did I say where I'm at?
Yeah,
I said obviously. Okay. So this is now we're going to backtrack of why we've been doing all this other stuff that we were waiting.
So on our way home from Salina.
So
we stopped and met these wonderful folks. And we picked up a minivan in Missouri. We loaded this bad boy into our trailer and brought it to Clarksville, Tennessee to Renegade Racing.
Because you're doing the Mo Party event, which I'll be at this year too, the weekend after LS Fest and Triple Crown.
Yep.
And Mo Party is your Mopar event, fan racing, the same type of thing as LS Fest. You have to have a Mopar powered in it. Yep. They drag race, they autocross, they road rally, they show car, they drift, they do all that, but it's all Mopar the very next weekend. Yep. This year they partnered up with Derek from Vice Grip Garage. A lot of you guys know him. And so it's kind of like the Cletus McFarland Crown Vic. They're doing the Vandemonium. Most of the ones so far are minivans. They don't have to be.
Well, they do have to be minivans.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So when I flew into Detroit, the gentleman.
Okay, we're going to slow down. Because this needs more thing. So what it is, super fans of Derek and Holly Events and FM3 have been donating worn out Dodge minivans. So we picked up the one that was donated from the great family in Missouri.
This was the nice folks in Detroit. They donated their van.
So Carrie went and picked this up when she landed in Detroit with the other registration girls.
Yep.
And you drove it back and forth to the event.
No. So we drove it, we picked it up, drove it to the hotel, and parked it in the parking lot. And I had another van that we had rented. And then that was on Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, it sat in the parking lot at the hotel. And then Friday night, we decided to decorate it. And then I decided to enter it in the car show at Roadkill Nights because it's a Dodge. That made sense. Mm-hmm. So we drove it to the venue on Saturday, and we parked it in the car show, or the car wasn't a car show, it was a cruise in, and displayed it there. And then, we had to get it back to Clarksville, Tennessee.
And she had a flight to fly home Sunday.
I did.
And she goes, well, first, when you were planning this, you told Derek, I think I'm going to try to drive it. And he goes, that's a stupid idea.
He said, that's the dumbest idea. And this is coming from the guy that made a YouTube channel and
doing the same thing.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I'm not scared.
And what did he say?
He goes, yeah, but I'm dumb. I'm not always the smartest person. I walk a lot.
And Carrie's scared. He's just scared that I'm going to steal some of his thunder.
I'm going to steal his thunder.
So she took off Sunday.
So I canceled my flight Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. And I put oil in it. I checked the oil, checked the fluids. The air conditioning was freezing cold.
So the stereo rocked?
The stereo, it was AM, FM. So it was like I went back to the 80s.
Yeah, but you listen to that crappy music country you can find anyway.
I listened to everything. Whatever I could find when I was going through the town. The first part of the trip, so let's just back up here just 1 second. When we decided to decorate the van in the parking lot,
hurry up on this.
When we decided to decorate it, Suzanne put her foot up on the van and put a hole in the van because it has a lot of rust.
It's a northern car. It's a Michigan car.
Vehicle.
We forget how bad they rust after.
But let me tell you, that baby goes down the road Okay, the Jesus wagon is what they call it. All of these have had their own nicknames put with them. So
Bertha was the Missouri.
Bertha was the other one. Yeah. So the Jesus wagon, it's got a Jesus plate on it. I had my baby Jesus on the dash to help me get down the road. And it goes straight down the road. I can take my hands off the wheel. It doesn't
You had to
shake,
put some
rattle,
fluids in
or
it.
roll.
You had a little scare. It didn't want to start at one of the stops for some reason. You did not put it in park.
I didn't have it in park, so it had a nice safety with it. So it was great. I got to Cincinnati, which I hate going through Cincinnati, but it is better than Gary, Indiana. And got into a little bit of traffic, and it was hot on Sunday. Like the temperature was miserably hot. So I decided I was going to turn off the air conditioning just to give myself some, make sure I didn't overheat. So I rolled the windows down, radio up, and it was some well-needed windshield time. Like, I had a really good trip. 9 hours from Pontiac, Michigan.
You had to put some fluids in it, but you made it.
To
I kept tracking her on the tracker.
Tennessee.
She kept giving me updates. I was working in the shop. I was back. That's how everybody's like, how you get stuff done? I came back from the event that ended Saturday, and I was in the shop by 9 o'clock on Sunday working.
Yep.
And I was like, just give me a heads up when you're going to be so long so I can run home, take a shower, and because I had to go to Clarksville 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So you're taking all these vans to Clarksville.
So we still need 2 vans. If anybody else has any leads on vans,
mm-hmm.
preferably local to this area, we need 2 vans to get our 10 vans. So, so we're taking them all to Renegade Racing. They're going to put the cages in it. They're going to put the nets in them. They're going to.
And if you want to do your own,
they're working with a tech school up there that's going to come out and help do some welding and stuff.
And if you are a company that want to be a part of this, you can reach out to Carrie.
Yep.
And they will send you a pre-bant roll cage.
Well, that's
maybe.
Yeah, no, that's
you got
to be approved. Like,
yeah,
we're not
that's
just
what I said. Reach out to Carrie.
Yeah, we're not just going to let anybody race.
Right.
So it's got to be approved by Derek.
But there's a pretty good list of drivers that a lot of YouTube TV people that are going to be driving this. We're not going to put the list out.
Yep.
We're
going to have autograph signings on Friday night when we do our.
I get to be on the microphone.
Yep,
I get to announce the race, so I'm pretty excited. Because Carrie doesn't want me racing.
No, I have my name on the list, but I have to get that approved through my management at FM3.
They're not going to let you.
I know, but I drove this car all the way home from Michigan. I should get to race it. So those of you that support Carrie's racing career, now is the time to stand up because I want to race. But anyway, so Mo Party is the weekend. I know how much you crash your bicycle. Yeah. Mo Party is the weekend after LS Fest, so the 12th, 13th, 14th. It's again in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It has to be Mopar powered or Mopar powered.
So,
that's hard to say.
Real quick here, the guys at Renegade have a van.
Yep.
They've already put a turbo on it.
Yep.
They take it to the roll drags.
They drove it there.
Drove it there and back, and the motor locked up as soon as they pulled back into the parking lot. They blew their motor up already, and they got to put another motor back in their van.
Yep.
Carrie warned them, you're going to hurt it. Oh, it'll take a lot of power. It ran good for them, though.
Yeah.
They told me what they did, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's why I'm not going to throw them under the bus. Yeah. But they figured out what to do different when you put a turbo on your Dodge minivan.
Yeah. But again, this is going to be a fun race, and we're not looking for everybody to put
It's a race, and it's not a crash. There's no jumping.
No jumping. It's a race. We're going to have some fun.
In a perfect world, some of these vans will last for next year, too,
yeah.
So you don't have to resource the vans.
We have a 2-year deal to do this event, so it's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't got your tickets for Mo Party yet, I highly suggest
even without that, I tried, if I was home, I'd always try to run up to Mo Party for a while because I love Mopars. The drag racing is great. The swap meet, of all the 3 Mo Party Ford Fest, LS Fest, the swap meet is the best by far. The great swap meet. You're looking for Mopar parts.
Yep. We do a lot of stuff with clubs, Mopar clubs, and we do have club participation awards. This year we're doing some club games on Sunday. We get a lot of clubs coming out to Mo Party. We've got some things going on with some monster trucks this year, so we're super excited about that. We're going to have Raminator and Predator there. They're actually going to be on the drag strip. So that's something.
Not all weekend, just that one time.
No, So that's something new. We're doing we've got our Mopar guy, Marty, which is our little mascot guy, and we're doing Marty's Mopar Mayhem Hour. So when you see that on the schedule, and we've got some stuff on the website about it, we've got some more stuff that's going to be coming out pretty soon. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. We have Paul Rossi going to be there. We have driving experience. They're going to be there with the thrill rides. And again, with the entry into Mo Party, that's free. There's no extra charge for the thrill rides. So we've got autocross going on. We're going to be doing a autocross academy. So if you are not familiar with how to autocross or what to do, you can show up on Friday morning and go through the autocross academy and learn some information about autocross. You don't have to have a car. It's going to be like a school, like a classroom type walkthrough school. You're not going to be sitting in a classroom, but you're going to be standing and educating and walking the course and talking to drivers and getting some one-on-one. And you will actually get a certificate if you pass the course. So
that's very cool.
Yeah, so we're going to do that on Friday morning to help kind of get the Mopar crowd, into autocross and understanding it. So there's a lot going on with this event. So I highly recommend. And again, we have a mullet contest, real and fake kids. Yeah. So get signed up. All of that's on the website. So that all happens on Saturday. It's a lot of fun.
Even if you're not a diehard Mopar guy, it's a really good time.
It's fun. It's fun.
Okay, let's wrap it up. We got some more events coming up in the fall, but we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about those on our next one. But you guys have any questions about any of the events we have coming up or we're involved in? A lot of them, Tim and I aren't, we don't run the whole thing, and half the time we don't see it. Like Tim asked me at Roadkill how Joe Barry did. Was he there? And I'm like, yep, he went through tech. Never once seen him on the track. So I don't know. I don't know if something happened.
Joe Barry.
I don't get to see a lot of the stuff.
We need to get Joe Barry down to the Tri-Fives for an exhibition.
Yep.
So
all right.
It's been a great episode.
Yeah.
We're going to leave this here because we hope Axel will sit up here some. So hug your fur babies a little tighter, and still can't believe he's gone. He was the best guy ever. We didn't have as much as we've always had with all of our other buddies. So Turbo, we love you. We'll see you on the next podcast.
Yep. The Strange Motion Way podcast, brought to you by
Royal Purple. Premium synthetic motor oils and high-performance chemicals have been designed to improve performance, provide long-term protection, and give you the confidence to push your vehicle to the limit. Royal Purple Premium Synthetic Motor Oils.
Hey, welders, ready to upgrade your gear and save some serious dough in the process? The Miller Build with Blue Savings and Rebate Program has you covered. Find amazing deals and cashback rebates on a wide range of Miller products, from welders to plasma cutters and everything in between, all backed by our 3-year warranty. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Take advantage of the Miller Build with Blue program now. Visit us online or stop by your nearest Miller distributor today to start saving.